Right? This is what he saw. Revelation 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, it giving a description, clothed with a garment down to his foot, girt about the paps with a golden girdle. Now, when the scriptures give a description, right? And this wasn't a vision, this was a description. This was describing what he saw, right? The scripture described a wheel within a wheel, Ezekiel, right? Describes the angels, okay? The transfiguration with Yahushai, Moses, and Elijah, which represents um the the select the law and the prophets, you know, which some will say it represents the northern and the southern, but we know that Yahushai, Moses represents the law, and Elijah represents the prophets, you know, so that and it could be vice versa also, but um mainly it represents the law and the prophets, because Moses represents the law and Elijah represents the prophet. See, so let's speed this up a little bit. This is just a quick lesson. So Revelation 1 and verse 16, not 16, sorry. Yeah, 16, sorry. Revelation 1 and verse 16, it says, um, and he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword, and his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. Now,
Hi everyone.
so now, as I say before, this person reply was, is a vision. And I go get heated with, I say, you stupid to a point. So let me break this down for you now. And I actually went into the scriptures to show, right? So this is what we're gonna do here now. Very quickly, when the scripture says, and in his hands, so like, and he had in his right hand 7 stars. When you go down to the last chapter, to the last verse, verse 20 says, the mystery of the 7 stars which thou sawest in the right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks. Right? The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches. Right? Going back up is verse 16. And he had in his right hand 7 stars. So we understand that the mystery, we understand the 7 stars the 7 stars is the angels, right? So we know that the 7 stars represents the prophets. How do we know that? When you go to the book of Second Esdras, chapter 1, and I believe is the last verse. Verse 38 also says, and now, Father, look with pride and see the people coming from the east. To them I will give as leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Hosea and Amos, and Micah and Joel, and Obadiah and Jonah, and Nehum and Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi, who is also called the messengers of the Lord. And in different versions, this is what it says. Right? It says, which is called also an angel of the Lord. Right? So the seven the seven stars are the angels of the seven churches. Right? What we read in the book of um that if I look at it right here, it says, if you see them, it says, saying, I am the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, and what thou sawest, write in a book, and send it unto the seven churches which are in Asia, unto um, Ephesus, and Shamna, and unto Perg- Pergamos, the Tatariah, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea, which is the seven churches which the prophets were sent to. Right? So the prophets were sent to the seven churches to do a prophesy this word unto the nation of Israel. Moving on, it says, and out of his mouth, verse 16, out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword. And when you read in the book of this is a simple breakdown, eh? When you read in the book of Hebrews chapter 4 and 11, I believe, um, 12, it says, for the words of Yahweh Shemeshai is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and the spirit and the joints and marrow, and as a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So the two-edged sword represents what? The words. The words of the Most High, Yahweh Yahushai. Right? And his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. Now we get it here now. Wisdom make it a man face. Wisdom. Ecclesiastes 8 and 1, it says, who is as a wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. I'm gonna get in RSV. Who is like the wise man, and who knows the interpretation of a thing? Wisdom maketh of one's face shine, and hardness of one's countenance is changed. And Yahushua is that. Yahushua is the embodiment of wisdom. You see? And that is just the interpretation of that scripture, Revelation chapter 1 and verse 16. Hopefully this video was edifying. I give our praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Double honors to the apostles of greatness to who will shalom to the elect.